You look like you're ready for the snowstorm today.
So in case you didn't know, I'm from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And, we have a lot in Florida, alligators,
Right.
tadpoles, farmers.
Right.
You know what we don't have in
What?
Florida?
What don't you have?
Snow.
But you do got tornadoes and hurricanes.
We don't have tornadoes, okay? That's the Midwest.
Okay.
Wrong side of the country.
All right.
So I've been dealing with my first live in snow conditions. And it's tough out here.
Cuz you're a New York boy now,
It's
right?
tough out here. I'm a real New Yorker. I mean, I've always been a New Yorker,
Like,
even when I was like a Floridian.
If you guys aren't watching the video right now, like, he's bundled up right now and we're not even
gotta
outside.
stay safe, bro. I'm traumatized. Like, it's
Right.
like it's crazy out there, like you never know, like you could bust in
out of nowhere. You've
eh,
become like a big mitten guy too.
I've always been like a big mitten guy,
But like now you have to actually like
now
put
I
it to
need
use.
yeah, 'cause my hands get my hands are sensitive. Like
yeah.
they get cold very easily.
Right.
But I was exiting my yoga class 2 days
Oh,
ago.
you're a hot yoga boy now too.
Yeah, hot yoga class, in
New York
Fifth Ave,
changed
New
you.
York City.
New York changed you.
I'm out here. Feel me?
He's really just trying to be me.
But on my way back, I entered the train station, and unfortunately, I rapidly descended down the stairs because it was so slippery.
Not rapidly descended.
I realized that there's something I've hid from you that I haven't told you.
Tell me what.
No, I'm being for real. Like,
when you say rapidly descended, that doesn't mean he ran down the stairs. That means he fell. Okay, that doesn't mean it was like
it
a
was like the fourth
voluntary.
stair, and I went pop pop pop.
It was like a forceful, like
Yeah.
rapidly descended.
But there's something I hid from you.
What did you hide?
That I'm embarrassed to tell you.
Tell me.
Since we're on the topic of like embarrassing, stories. Something embarrassing happened yesterday.
Something embarrassing
happened
what?
yesterday, and I've hid it from you.
Why? Because you know my reaction.
Because I know you're gonna get upset.
Okay.
But
it's gonna be an "I told you so" moment, isn't it?
Of course.
Of course. Okay.
You want me to just say it?
Just say it. It happened twice, didn't it?
So you know how I'm like a serial train hopper.
Right.
I got caught again yesterday.
You're lying.
No ticket though.
You're lying.
though,
When did you
shorty.
get caught yesterday?
After my boxing class, I got caught. Yeah. It was like, yo. I was like, man. Because I checked. They were hiding. They were like in like a little corner. I didn't see them.
Why didn't they give you a ticket?
Because I showed them that I like told them if the cops that are listening, like I told them that I didn't lie technically. I said I'm from Orlando and that I'm flying back home in 3 days. And then he made me show him my flight, which I actually had because I wasn't lying. And he was like,
how does that let you off the hook though?
Cause I don't know, nice guy. He wasn't nice. He was very mean. But whatever. But I thought that this could be like a nice setting to tell you.
We'll reprimand this after the episode is over. I'm holding in the.
Anyways,
I told you so right
on
now.
the topic of embarrassing stories, welcome back.
Welcome back
or
to our podcast.
for your first time.
Welcome back or welcome
first
to Difficult Dish.
to Difficult Dish, a podcast about South Asian narratives, hosted by myself, Train Hopper Moshner.
I knew you were gonna say that. Don't forget, descendant, descendant of the stairs, and your next co-host, Mahul Khan.
And before we get any further, review the podcast, rate the podcast, Apple, review, Spotify, rate,
right,
YouTube, comment,
like and subscribe and comment,
like and subscribe,
right,
all that.
Because we can take it away real quick.
I can delete this podcast right now. I can delete everything. I can. Fit breakdown?
No. How about you? Are you gonna try to do a fit breakdown?
I got that shit on. Feel me? Checks. I'm about my checks.
All right. So today's episode is gonna be a little fun one, right? Sometimes we gotta switch it up. Sometimes we do the serious, traumatic, mental health, this and that episode. Needed, right? Obviously needed. Very taboo, unspoken. We love talking about things like that. But once in a while, we gotta talk about the crazy shit that makes us us. We gotta talk about the funny stuff, that we think about. Life experiences that are reality. It doesn't have to be too serious, but it was serious to us in the moment, right? So in this episode, we are talking about different. I don't want a gallon of water right now. Thank you for offering me. I have like a normal bottle of water.
Yeah.
But in this episode, we're talking about different and embarrassing, not just different, embarrassing high school stories.
They're all different.
That were very embarrassing back then when we were living it. But I feel like there's a different bracket. Embarrassing now that you look back on it as an adult.
You know what the word is?
Tell me.
Cringe.
Cringe is the word.
Stuff that, hopefully brown people can relate to. High school is a wild time.
Yeah. I mean, any high schooler, really.
Yeah.
Like, some of the things that I went through is, like, not even, it does not.
I was always so envious.
Discriminate with gender, race.
I was always so envious of, like, the kids that did high school perfectly.
No one did it perfecely.
Well,
it seems on the outside you did, but
even that, like, everybody got their own thing going on,
right.
But like, remember those kids that like, we're like, they seemed like they had like a good head on their shoulders, like,
right.
Even if they were going through whatever, like, they seemed good. I was always envious of those people.
Right.
I was like, man, I want to be one of those.
But I feel like when you're that age, like, everyone's going through something, but some people are able to just like hide it well, and some people just aren't,
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, I feel like embarrassment and awkwardness is kind of like a mindset type of thing. Like, obviously in your head, if you make it bigger than what it is, it's gonna feel embarrassing or awkward or like cringe. But I feel like if you can kind of get yourself out of that mindset and just like try to move on, it doesn't hit as badly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to touch my water bottle. You keep touching my water bottle.
So where you want to start? You want to go first?
No, you go first. You go first, because I saw you smiling at your phone while you were writing some.
No, I was going through like my old Google Drive.
Yeah, we were going through old photos from high school.
That
unlocked a deep memory.
Yeah. I mean, I'll start light.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Orlando, Florida.
Oh, wow.
Cypress Creek High School. 2013 when I was a freshman. I was in the IB program, International Baccalaureate. Y'all got that up here?
Whoa, baccalaureate? What is that?
Y'all got that up here?
Little baccalaureate.
It's like a smart people thing.
Okay.
Feel me?
Sorry, can't relate.
Yeah, I know.
You can relate though?
Of course, I was in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got kicked out.
Okay.
But I was in it. And for your freshman year, everybody has the same English teacher. She was amazing. Her name was Dr. Weaver. Shout out Dr. Weaver. She made every single freshman do a talent show. Every freshman had to do a talent show. It's something that like she told you in the beginning of the year, but it would happen like later towards the end of the year. So like everybody had to like sign like a paper saying like what they were doing, and everybody only had to do one thing, right? But you know me, attention seeker Mashnoon.
Right.
Back when I was 13,
back
14,
then, or
15
not
years
now?
old. Not relax. I'm not that no more. Back then, I need all eyes on me.
Right.
So I begged my professor. I'm 14. My teacher. I begged my teacher to let me do like 4 different things at the talent show, because I just needed everybody to see all of my talents.
Right.
What
talents did you have?
A lot.
Twiddling your
I
toes.
have 4, and like it's like a small. So it happened in like the Performing Arts Center, and like the only people in attendance were the people in your class. So it was only like 25 people that like saw. So I was like, I want to do as many things as possible because I'm talented. For me, I'm talented.
Just get to it. What the hell did you do?
My fault. All right, so I did 4 things, right? 1, I had to sing, right? So I sang Marvin's Room by Drake.
Of course you did.
Cups of the Rose. I do it right now.
The whole song. You did
whole
the whole
thing.
song.
Yeah, without,
you
the N-word.
memorized?
Yeah, of course.
Wow, okay.
Of course. That's when Take Care came out. I was on that. I was
Okay.
going through it.
Who broke your heart for you to be singing that at 14?
Cups of the Rose.
Right.
14.
Okay.
I hula hooped.
Damn, you could hula hoop like
my
that.
Friends. I hula hooped with 2 of my friends. I did a dance with 3 of my boys. And I did one thing. I wrote down, but I'm not going to go on my phone. I think it was, I did another dance with
You did a solo dance and a boy dance.
No, the second dance was with the girl that soon became my girlfriend in 10th grade.
Wow.
And she was like incredibly shy.
Pre-romance.
Like, she was like super shy. Not romantic at all. She was just really shy.
Right.
So she like begged me to do something with her.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, sure. I guess
I'll
do another one.
When in reality he begged her. Like, you're like, please, I need 4.
But yeah, I did all 4, and like everybody was like so confused because I was like the only person to do that many, and like I remember after that I felt like the coolest person in the world. But I think like maybe that summer or like whenever it like settled in, I was like, man, like, why did I do all that shit? And obviously, me thinking about it now, I'm like, damn, like I was so hungry for attention. I needed everybody to know that. Like, oh, and I did another one. This is the one I forgot to.
You did 5?
I did. Yes. The other one was I played piano.
Did you not have a life? That's what I'm thinking. I was
piano.
like, you're good at piano.
I played piano. I think I played Fireflies.
Oh, that's a good song.
I like to make myself believe that planet Earth.
Damn, you had no life, huh?
Slowly.
You're practicing for 5 different shows.
And yeah, I was just, and I feel like not everybody, but a lot of people at that age, they just really they need everybody to like them for no reason. They need their egos stroked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just on that type of time for all of high school. I'm very embarrassed about it. This like a general like I was very embarrassed of like how much I just needed people's validations in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You relate to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You do.
I do. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
What
about you?
I got a story. I'm not gonna go into it like you, like,
because
I feel like our stories can be so long, but we have so many. So we had to read out loud in class, right? In our English class. And when you're kind of like a shy kid, you don't want to read out loud because you're self-conscious. But then you have to because everyone's taking a turn to do it. So you kind of like count each paragraph before yours to kind of see where you have to read so you can kind of practice it beforehand. But that meant that you don't like pay attention to anything else before that.
Yeah.
So I finally got up to like my paragraph, right? And I was reading out loud.
I know what's about to happen.
And I'm like so confident. I'm so confident.
Yeah, we know.
And I'm reading. And I finally get to a word. And the word is spelled in the way that you would think to pronounce it.
Okay.
But the thing is, in my head, I knew that it was wrong. Like I knew the actual way of
this story actually happened like last week. Like this is not high school. This is, I'm gonna just kill the story that happened last week.
So, I've used this word before. I know the actual pronunciation of it.
Okay.
But I think I just got tripped up in my head, and I got too in my own head.
The spotlight on you.
The spotlight on me. I was heating up, right? So the word was ALGAE, right? Think about it. Think of the letters.
Yeah, we know what's about to happen.
Right. So normal people would pronounce it as like,
what is it?
Algae.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Tell me why I confidently said algae.
Yeah.
And there was just like a silence. I don't know if people thought I said it purposely to get a laugh out of everyone.
No, it was an honest.
It was an honest
pronunciation.
Mistake, No. And it's like upsetting because like,
what?
There are some people that aren't as well versed with like reading, right? So like they're reading out loud, they're trying their best to like read the paragraph.
Yeah, me.
And there are some words that are like very simple to us, but not to them. So they pronounce it completely wrong. And the teacher like nicely will correct them and be like, oh, it's actually like this pronunciation. I don't think there was any help for me when I said that out loud.
None.
Because I knew my mistake right away, you know. But that one
Did you say like sorry or like you just
no,
like kept
I think
going?
I just kept going.
You just kept going.
Yeah.
So you were
because the opposite of you, like how you were trying to be well liked with like your 16 performances, like here I was getting the opposite of being well liked, like just losing brownie points for pronouncing it wrong.
So is this just like something that you've never strived to like improve on? Like you've been like content with like
I mean
words? I have a list on my phone of words. We don't have to get into that.
I mean, you might as well get into it since like you want to talk about it so bad.
It's okay, I don't want to like put all that on you right now. Like I know you went through a lot.
It's just sometimes the words are a little bit hard to pronounce. You know?
That's a hard one though.
And
that's a tough. That's tough.
Do you have a story or not?
That's tough. I got stories.
What's your story?
I got stories. I got one.
Mm.
And I can go in depth, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna just keep the surface level.
As you do.
In 10th grade, I had a no contact contract with my ex.
That's just traumatizing.
Listen, I can get in it. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. We had no issue with each other. Here's the thing.
As he goes for full in depth.
Here's the thing. I love my Indo-Caribbeans, okay? I love my Guyanese people. I love my Trini people. Y'all are amazing. But y'all
Their food is
parents,
really good.
y'all parents can be crazy sometimes. Some of the Guyanese Trini parents,
Honestly,
y'all are on one. Y'all
honestly,
are
the
on one.
parents that I had for my ex, they were the chillest people I knew.
Really?
Yep.
Every
It was
single
my parents that freaked out.
Guyanese Trini parent in Central Florida is just so mad and so angry all the time and just always yelling.
About what though?
Just life. I don't know. And so, you know, my ex's mother was Trini and she was on one, you know, just on one. So she put in this contract.
It's probably a daughter thing.
Huh?
It's probably a daughter thing.
Whatever it was. You know, I'm just a little boy. That's
You clearly weren't.
That you know wants no harm for the world. And she put this in. Her and I didn't care.
Right.
And like we continued to hang out.
So why did you sign a contract when you were 15?
No, because if a parent puts it in, like it doesn't get signed by the students. Like the parent puts it in.
Where does I don't understand. Where does
so the parent comes to the school and it's like, hey, I don't want my child talking to this person.
Oh, they sent it to school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't through like.
I thought it was between
the
you guys.
Police department.
No, I thought it was between you guys.
Yeah, her mother placed it.
No, but I thought the contract was like you and her, but like the contract, like if you broke it, you broke the contract. But I didn't know she brought it to school.
Yeah, it was in school.
Okay.
Her mother put that she doesn't want her daughter
like
associating with me. Yeah. And so I remember I had to change my schedule. I had to change a couple classes.
Right.
And we didn't care because we just didn't take it serious. And like all of our friends, like we told them it's not that serious. But there was one teacher, one goddamn Karen of a teacher, who saw us and told on us, and I got suspended.
Yeah, I would do that too.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to be said.
Yeah.
Just you know, if y'all are you know getting no contact contracts,
no contact contracts is crazy.
Just you don't gotta be doing all that.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Just be a good civilian. Just go to school. Just like you know get some grades and like don't do all this funny business. You focus on like too much funny business in high school. Focus on too much like shit that like you really like truly honestly does not matter.
Yeah.
Like, and y'all think it's the whole goddamn world when you're in high school.
But I feel like when you have parents like that are that invasive and borderline crazy, it just ruins your whole experience. Like I get it, they're protective parents and they want the best for you and they want to keep you safe, but when they're doing that much to like stop you from living life and like just controlling you want to get out of there as soon as possible.
And it's like there's no parenting, you know.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
like,
not parenting, that's just
it's
control.
just like and then like
yelling and control.
Talking
Yeah.
about like actual positive communication.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Thank you for that story. Beautiful
You're welcome.
story.
You know,
You're a giver. You're a giver of stories.
You know, just a villain.
All right. So my story was in the 10th grade. Also, my high school started from 7th grade. I didn't start in 9th grade. So I've been with like the same kids for like 5 years, right?
That's crazy.
5 or 6 years actually. Yeah. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh wait, 4 years. Oh no, 7. No, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6 years, yes.
Nice.
Anyway, so I applied I tried out for the lacrosse team, right? In 9th or 10th grade for JV. Like I had no experience with lacrosse like ever in my life. Never played it. Didn't even know what it was, but out of nowhere, off the whim, I was like, oh, let me just try out. How hard can it be? So I got very like hyper fixated on this. Like I bought, you know, the mouth guard. I bought like the lacrosse. Actually, no, I think I rented the lacrosse stick. I got some shorts. Nice. I got like everything to really take myself serious, you know?
Yeah.
And this training process was so hard because it was like after school, you have to run laps around the track field. You have to obviously have some sort of hand-eye coordination with the ball and the stick, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
And, like, I had to learn a lot of stuff. Like, you know, holding the stick is one thing, but then catching and throwing the ball with the stick.
I played lacrosse.
And then you played lacrosse?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, in high school.
You were on a team?
Yeah.
Actually?
No.
Okay. So, and then like picking up the ball with the stick is like a whole thing. Is a lot, right?
Yeah, I've played.
My weakness was like running the track. I didn't have too much stamina with like, you know, running so many miles. So I put in time and effort with this, right? And I was very excited to be on the team. because I was never on like a sports team. I was never like a team player for anything. You know, I would just go home right after school. Like I was never part of like a community, you know? So I was hopeful. And then, you know, we got like the list for who got on the team. It got put on the wall. And me and my best friend were trying out, but she was on like the team beforehand. Like this wasn't her first rodeo, you know? And so she saw the list and she was like, "Oh, did you see it?" And I was like, "No, not yet." But that was her way of like saying like, don't look at it.
save your time.
Save your time. Yeah. So I went to go see the list, and unfortunately, I did not make the team. But I don't get it because I'm like so good at lacrosse, you know.
Are you?
I still have. Well, actually, I don't know if we did with the move, but like I still had all the gear, the mouth guard and everything.
That reminds me of like in 7th grade, I tried out for my middle school basketball team, and I went to like the tryouts, and I did so bad, and like, but I made myself believe that I did good.
Good, yeah.
And then I saw that I didn't make it, and that was so sad.
I blamed literally everyone. I was like, that's on them.
Yeah.
They're losing out on so much. My future kids are gonna be in lacrosse.
Yeah.
I was so hard on myself after that, and I still kind of am. I was like, damn, like, it would have been nice. But then at the end of the day, it's high school. They're not going to just put anyone on the team, especially if it's, like, varsity.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of get it, like, why I didn't get in, because I had no experience, and, like, I wasn't as strong as I could be.
You learned a lesson?
I learned a lesson. You know, you can't just join a community off the whim without putting in, like, actual work.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
It's like chess. It's like, you know, all these people like are like, oh, like I'm good at chess, and then they face me, and then they get smoked. It's like there's so many frauds in the world for like any sort of hobby. Like don't.
How dare they?
Like,
how dare they
relax.
even try?
Like, oh my God, like I love that musician. No, you don't, because I like him more. So.
Shut up. All right, you got a story?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I got one. It's not really a story, but just a general
thought.
I was embarrassed of my my academic performance / GPA.
You were embarrassed like in high school or after the fact?
High school, obviously after the fact too, but you know, in high school, so embarrassed to where like I became such a compulsive liar about like what my grades were, like, cause I always envied like more than like the kids that looked like they had a good life. I envied the kids that were just so transparent, and I envy the kids that were able to be so honest with like how they were doing in school.
How'd you feel about the kids when they were like, oh, that was such a hard test, I did so bad, and they got like a 94?
I mean, I get, you know, we have those smart kids in school, you know, like,
but I feel like that's just like out of touch and just like not empathetic, because like you can't say that you did bad and you got like a 96.
I mean, that's like saying you
and then
can't
they're
be
like,
depressed if you're rich, you know, like.
I get it, but that's completely different. I don't know. If it's a hot take, let me know. Because it's like, I got a 96. Damn, it was so hard. What'd you get?
Maybe it was hard for them.
And you got like a 24?
Maybe it was hard for them.
Okay, I get it. It was hard for them, but they can't say I did so bad and they got a 96.
There's a difference between saying I did so bad and it was hard. They were saying they did bad, or it was hard. You know, can I go back?
Okay.
To what I was saying.
All right.
Yeah, I was saying I was really envious of the kids that could be so honest about how they're doing. You know, like when you go up to somebody and they're like, oh, how'd you do? And they'll say they got an F, but like be like not proud, but like own up to it. Be like, yeah, man, like I didn't do good, like I should have, blah blah. Whereas me, I'll be saying like, no, I got a 78. I literally got like a 14, like something crazy. Because I was just always like, I didn't want to be like that stupid kid.
Yeah.
You know, even though like I wasn't stupid, and like I came to learn later on in my life that, you know, there are a lot of, you know, learning disabilities and a lot of mental health disorders that can affect your academic performance that they don't care to teach you about in high school, especially my high school. You know, I didn't hear any sort of learning disability term thrown around at all. It just like wasn't something that was prevalent in my school. So yeah, I was always just so embarrassed of like being seen as like that stupid kid, and like the people that were close to me knew that I was lying, but I think I did so much that were like they just like stopped.
They got
like,
used to it.
You know, and like I've like forged report cards and like forged grades and done all of that, and I just like I hate that I did all that, because like, you know, it's less about doing bad and more about not owning up to the fact that I was doing bad and trying to make
Mhm.
myself believe that I wasn't doing like I was doing better than I actually was. Because at the end of the day, like the most important thing is to just like you got to be honest with yourself, like about anything. You know, like if you go to the gym and like you don't get a good workout in, like at the end of the day, like it's your fault because you could have pushed yourself more. You could have
Mhm.
put the weight a little bit higher. You could have like you got to be honest with yourself because like if you're not honest with yourself, like you're just cheating yourself. You know,
Mhm.
like so there's so much just like pushing shit aside and being like, nah, like I'm not like that. I'm not like that. But, like I think everybody in high school, even though like you're not the fullest best version of yourself yet, but like you're a growing development and like you gotta like face reality and look in the mirror and see like where you are. And I did like absolutely none of that.
It's so crazy because I remember we were in the era where we had like the physical report cards that were mailed home, but then we got into like the electronic report cards through the website on the school. And one of my best friends, her parents were very strict with school, and they had like locks on all the websites at home. So they had like this system called like Net Nanny where you couldn't access like any websites besides like Google on the computer. And you know, they had locks on their phones after 4 p.m. They couldn't text anyone, blah blah blah. And their dad was like very strict on grades. And I remember we found a way to hack the grade system and like change our, even if it was like a 97, change it to 100 because we were like so scared of like our parents' reactions.
Yep.
And it's like that's like the thing. It's when you are so hard on yourself, it's a product of like your environment. Like if they are also gonna react badly to it, you have to become sneakier, and then you're more mad at yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, here you are now, graduated, fella.
Graduated. I just looked at like a screenshot of my grades from my last semester. I had straight B's, and they were hard classes too.
Mm-hmm.
I was very proud of myself.
Yeah,
Like, damn, I
you got a
straight B's.
bachelor's.
Yeah, I remember like my second to last semester in college, I had like a 3.7 GPA.
Yeah, you did.
Something like that.
Yeah, you did.
I'm out here.
Yeah, you
did. You know, at the end of my junior year of high school, I had a 1.6 GPA.
Yep.
That's not something to be proud of, you know. Did I like own up? I technically did in private. I owned up to it because like I went out of my way to meet with an advisor, and my advisor was like, "Yeah, you got to take like 3 extra online classes just to, you know, get your GPA back up." And I did that, and that's the only reason that I graduated, because I went like, you know, if I continue to ignore it, you know, so I guess I'm proud of myself a little bit in that sense that like I owned up to it a tiny bit, but like still, you know,
like
could have avoided that whole thing.
Out of that hole.
Yeah.
Proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, my boy.
All right.
You got one?
I got a story.
Okay.
So back in high school, you know, I graduated in 2016, which is wild. We're in the 8th year already. You know, 10-year anniversary coming up soon.
Oh my God.
But anyway, we had a junior prom and a senior prom. I went to both, right? But every single prom,
I know what she's about to say.
You have to make a Facebook group chat. Like the girls in the group, usually the popular girls, made a Facebook group chat where you would put your dress in the group chat. I mean, it wasn't in a group. It was a page. It wasn't a chat. It was like literally a Facebook page.
Group.
Yeah, a group. You would put your dress in that to show everyone what your dress was to the girls. I don't know. It was such a big thing, like a wedding, basically. Show everyone your dress so all the girls can basically comment, "Oh my God, so pretty." If you didn't get as many comments, you weren't the shit. And second, to confirm that you didn't have any like duplicates of the same dress, right? That was the main point of this, to make sure that you didn't have the same dress as another girl. It was like a hierarchy system, so crazy. Right. I felt like so weird if I didn't have less than like 10 comments.
Yeah, that shit would suck.
Or if I did have less than 10 comments. But anyway, so I went to Macy's as usual with my mom.
Yeah, shout out Macy's.
We went through. I know, actually, Macy's. Where's the sponsor?
We're waiting.
We've been waiting.
Like I have personal ties.
Actually,
like, really, like
not even just this year, like for life. If you have brown parents.
Yeah, I have a side story. Can I tell it now?
No. So, well, look, why would I let you? I have a side. But anyway, so I went to Macy's with my mom. Right, we tried on all these beautiful evening dresses. My mom tried on some. I tried on some. She had no reason to, but she just wanted to. You know, it's a little like dress up, like play, dress up. And I tried on so many beautiful dresses. This one in particular, I loved, right?
Okay, talk to me.
It was like a blue
tube
top dress.
Wow.
Long, flowy. it was the one, right? I was so excited, took pictures right away. Before I even bought it, it was up in the group chat.
No.
Right? It was up in the group chat, and then we bought it, and then I realized a girl named Gina bought the same dress.
Gina was good.
Bought the same dress, and I was like, telling my mom, I was like, we gotta return it. I can't be the one. I can't be the one that comes up. Because the thing is, for my 6th grade graduation, I had the same dress.
Not the 6th grade.
As one of my best friends back then. My
My
neighbor back then.
Damn.
We had the same white dress. Looked like we were going to communion. But anyway, I was like, yeah, we got to return. My mom's like, no, it's not a big deal. Like, blah, blah. You guys both can. No, we got to return it.
Yeah.
We immediately returned it.
Right.
Thank God we didn't leave the mall. Like, we didn't leave Macy's yet. And then I got another tube dress.
Nice.
Pink. No one else had it.
You like it more?
Yeah, I like the pink.
You don't have to lie.
No, I like the pink. It was just
Okay.
like, obviously my first choice was the blue.
Yeah.
But
I like the pink one.
Thanks.
Pink one looked good.
Do you remember?
Of course.
But I had to make a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big decision.
What was your side story?
Yeah, I'll make this quick. Actually, I don't want to say it.
All right. Do you have another story?
Yeah, I got one more.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a story, but just something kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to 9th grade, Dr. Weaver, shout out Dr. Weaver. I hope you're doing well. One of my favorite teachers I ever had.
She was a doctor?
She just had like a PhD, so she's
a
like
doctor.
English. Yeah. One of her assignments, like every month we had to write like a 5-paragraph essay and like read it in front of the class. And it was like a monthly like thing that we would do like every 4th Wednesday or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just literally be about anything. It could be about, like I'm into cameras, so I'm gonna write 5 paragraphs about cameras. Just like literally anything. And I had a ball with this. I had so much fun with these because I would just write about goddamn anything.
And now we have a podcast.
And this was like this assignment was really the birth of my like interest
Talking
in
too
writing.
much?
No, just like my interest in writing.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
just,
so cute because his mom
like
still shows like the essays from back then.
Yeah. So I did some digging and I found one.
You found the essay?
I found one. I'll read like a little bit of it. This is one of the random ones that I wrote about a hobby that I like mildly invested time in.
Right.
And I was just interested in.
Right.
I'll read like the first paragraph.
Okay. Thank you. This is a special.
This is how I started this. This is how I started this. Imagine 13-year-old Masha in front of the class reading this. People have many different moral philosophies of life, and they believe in different things. I believe in different things too. Something I follow and remember all the time is that if you conquer yourself, you can conquer any obstacle you encounter. This can have a lot of meanings to it, but the one I'm using is simple. Parkour.
Oh, wow.
Some call it free running, others call it urban sprinting, but they all have the same meaning. The art of movement, the discipline of overcoming obstacles in one's path using only the human body.
Wow.
So
I can just imagine 13-year-old you just running towards
I wrote
things.
five paragraphs just about parkour. Cause I think like
But you
I
had
like,
such a metaphorical stance on it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I really like put time in those, so not embarrassing, but just like something that like I like ran up on. Yeah, and I wrote another one was about like shadows. another one was on like turkeys. Like literally
in
just
the
anything.
beginning of it really sounded like a young adult, like PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
Like a coming of age movie.
Yeah, I was like really into parkour for no reason.
What? I feel like in that era.
No, I know why. I know why.
Why?
I know why.
I feel like that was a
and this
theme back
this
then.
is there's something that we could keep between us.
Us and thousands of people.
I smoked weed for the first time. Right?
Oh wow.
And I was on YouTube.
Right.
And I found a documentary about parkour.
Okay.
And it's so crazy because like it's one of those old like 2012 YouTube documentaries, and it's like
That's
first.
not old.
Sorry.
That's not old.
And it's like one of the first liked videos in like my YouTube account, and I look at it pretty often because I wanna rewatch it one day, but I remember I watched it and like I was high for the first time, and it just blew my mind.
That was like the best thing you ever
blew
saw.
my mind. And then after that, I just like started like jumping over benches, and I was like, parkour.
It was probably
artist,
like the most simple thing. Like you saw a puddle, you jumped to parkour.
yeah.
Because that was a
at
big
some point,
trend back then.
I was like pretty. I was better than average.
Okay.
You know, average just being jumping
Just
over
you.
puddle. I could do a little some.
Were you the type of person who had the big fat backpack and just like run through the hallways in school?
No. I had a rolling backpack.
No. That makes it worse. In high school, you had a rolly?
For 9th grade, yeah. I used to love them.
Okay.
I was like, it's like a suitcase. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for
yeah,
sharing
you got
that.
last one.
Yeah, I got the last one.
shorty.
So in high school, we had this division in races, right? We had the white people and we had the brown people, as one does, right?
Uh-huh.
The white people are obviously, they were superior. They were
Yeah.
the superior
To this
group.
day. To this day.
In the world.
To this day.
In the world, in the universe,
Yeah,
right?
to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So obviously they were like the popular group, right? And they ruled the school and the grade. And you couldn't be a part of it. You're brown. There was one that infiltrated that.
Okay.
And I was so shocked. So as a brownie, what would you do? Naturally, you would make your own group.
Yeah, makes sense.
That was very only for the exclusives,
Okay.
but had over 30 people in it.
Exclusive.
And you would give yourself a name,
Okay.
and the whole by would know you by
Facts.
just you walking down the street.
Right. Yeah.
You would have to make your own shirts.
That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah. So
Surely that didn't happen.
surely it happened to me. So it took me a little bit to get into this group, okay? Because this is a very big clique, right? So my school was divided in brown and white. But not just like brown. It was mostly like South Indian, Malayalam,
Yeah.
North Indian.
Okay.
Not really any Bengalis in there, right?
No.
So you can imagine that I didn't really fit in right away. Like I was friends with some of them, you know. Some of my closest friends were in the group. But there were some things that there was just like a little bit of a clash.
See eye to eye. Got you.
Eye to eye, yeah.
Got you.
So I never felt like in it.
Okay.
And then sometime out of nowhere, I was added to a group chat.
No.
It was like a little like Secret Service, like, you know, like undercover type of thing. I was added to a little, what was the app back in the day that people used to use? GroupMe.
GroupMe.
A little GroupMe chat, right?
Yeah.
I was added to it. I was officially a part of Royals.
Royals?
We were called the Royals.
That's so
And
conceited.
it's so crazy because like it was so cool back then, right?
Congratulations.
But now looking back at it, I was like, that is disgusting.
Congratulations. I'm so proud.
Thank you. It was a very big proud moment. But
You
it
got
was
the t-shirt?
I have the shirt.
No.
But it was so cliquey. I remember once this other brown girl who I was close with got added to the chat, right?
Damn.
Not because she was added to be a part of the group, but added because like we were all doing a dance together, right? And it was easier to like communicate through that.
Okay.
And she was in it for too long. And people started getting mad.
Damn.
Like genuinely mad.
They said she's not in this.
So she got kicked out.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So anyway, we had shirts with the Royals, we had our own logo, we had our names in the
You had
back,
a
you know. Like, you know.
No way.
Yeah. We had our own dance.
Why are you embarrassed of this? This is amazing. This is great.
We were called the Royals.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I had a similar, not to that extent, thank God, but I had a similar. You know, I had a friend group. I think we almost made T-shirts.
Right.
But you know, I had a little friend group. You know, we had a name to our you know group.
What was your group called?
The Dab group.
The what?
Dab.
The Dab group.
Yeah, Dab.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't get it.
Okay.
It's from Florida, but I relate to an extent.
But it's so crazy because the year before us, the year before us, like the older group, when they graduated, they also had a group for the brown people. I don't know what they were called, the exclusives. I don't know. There was something. They were called something.
Exclusives.
That was in my best friend's grade.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, is this like a generational type of thing? Like
Has to be.
They loosen their reign and they pass it down to us.
Has to be.
And then we pass it down. I don't know if they still have that now. Maybe like they got over that cringe.
Yeah.
But it was, you just had to be there, you know? You just had to be there.
Remember when I was making TikToks, I got invited to a TikTok group? You can't say that.
How can
You
I
can't say-
not
you
remember?
can't
I
say
bring that
that.
up to you every single day.
You can't say that.
It was
very
so
cute.
funny. What was it called? The Shoitans or something?
It was like a bunch of Bengali TikTokers. It was cute. I'm not gonna hate on them, but but I was much older. Not much. I was like 22, 23, and they were all like 19.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cute. Thanks guys
Yeah.
for I think they added me and I like introduced myself. I just never responded again.
Right.
Yeah, like
It was like a
muted
train of support though. It was like a group chat to support one another.
Yeah,
with their
yeah,
videos.
yeah. It was cute.
Yeah.
So I'm really.
Yeah, I
I'm
never
really on
lived that down
shit.
for him. I remind him every day. Like, yo, remember that era of your life? It's so funny. He would do like transitions. He would do transitions and stuff.
Yeah, I was really a demon at it. I was nice with it.
He would like show his
I
haircut.
might get back to it.
He'd make like jewelry videos, like
I might
jewelry
get back
haul.
to that. I really started that off.
Good old days.
Like I'm really
You're
like
gonna come for my
I'm really
title.
I'm really like a four. Like if you think about it, like not to like hype myself up, but like I'm really like a founder of like brown male fashion on TikTok.
So now we're gonna lie.
Yes or
So
no?
now
Yes
we're
or no?
gonna
Yes
lie.
or no? Yes or no?
What do you mean?
Like I'm like one of the first people that started doing it.
That's true, but then
Exactly.
you stopped. So does
I
it matter?
stopped, but I'm saying like I'm like in history.
You're a relic.
Closing thoughts about high school.
Closing thoughts about high school is that, damn, we were such different people back then.
Nah, same
I used
guy.
to be so shy back then. I
I'm
did
still
not know how
writing.
vast the world
I'm still
was.
seeking attention.
But I also
No,
thought that
Jen.
these things were gonna like imprint me forever.
Yeah,
Now it's like life moves on. You
it
know?
really does.
Yeah.
Man, what was going on in high school? You think that's the whole world is tuned in?
Yeah.
You swear you're on TV.
Yeah. You thought you
no,
were.
No.
You thought you were. That was a good old time, huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about it. I was like, yeah, there were like very cringy and horrible moments, but I was like, damn, we're never gonna be that young again.
For real. I not really, but like I wish I could like restart at that time.
Us when we peaked in high school. Like,
Cause like not even because I would do things different, like not in the school sense, but just like in life,
Yeah.
I would like.
for the
Man,
sentiments,
there's so
I
many
would go
mistakes
back.
I made. There are mistakes that you learn from. Then there are mistakes that is literally you just wasted.
Would you
your
go
time.
to your 10-year high school reunion?
No.
See, I would.
I
Why
just
would you
like,
not?
I just don't care to see anybody.
But that's the thing. It's like, why would you not like have that last hurrah to just see how everyone is?
I literally don't care.
All right, I would go.
No hate to people that do, but like I just don't care about, cause they don't really care about me either.
All right, but that's not the point. It's just to see.
That is the point.
No, it's to see how everyone is.
Why do I care about that if like there's no actual care for anybody? If it's people that I kept up with and shit, then obviously I would love to
care.
go. But I just like don't.
One of my close friends, I passed by like our alma mater the other day for college, and she was like, "Oh, we should go in and like see the school and see the restaurants that we went to and stuff." And I was like, "That's so cute," but that's how you know that like we peaked as a joke. I was like, "Oh, we peaked in college," even though I definitely did not. But like it's like a sentiment thing, like to see how things have changed.
Yeah, that's
to
cute.
really
I like
relive your experiences from back then.
I like doing that.
Yeah.
But I do that alone.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
cute. Any
For
final
me?
thoughts?
No final thoughts.
No thoughts.
Just
vibes.
glad it's over.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Damn, we're 25 now.
I'm out here.
We're no longer
Feel me?
14, 15. That was 10 years ago, bruh. Sorry, had to
You
be
could
said.
stop.
You wanted to say 2012 was old, so I had to be said.
You could stop.
Yeah, maybe we'll do an episode on like our best high school memories. We're just like egging on the high school. We're like, damn, shut up now.
Man. Nah. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, what emoji should they comment?
Drop me some of them. Let me see some running men, for my parkour story.
Not the running
Let
man.
me see those men running or women.
Yeah.
Anything, all of them. Just I want to see
Anyone
some
running. Yeah.
Some running. Shout
To
out parkour.
depict how he was back
Shout
then, and
out,
how he still is.
Shout out freedom.
That's
Shout
probably
out
what you were doing in the subway steps, and that's why you descended today.
All right, relax. I was being a nice, middle-aged man,
All
just trying to walk down the stairs.
All right, if you have listened this far, comment that down below.
Let me see someone running.
Make sure to
humans.
follow us on our Instagram at Difficultish.
Yeah.
Our TikTok, Difficultish
Do we
Podcast.
not have 10-second advice today?
Oh,
You
yeah.
complete. That's so
I
crazy.
literally forgot.
That's so. I don't though. So like,
What's your 10-second advice? You don't have one, do you?
when you're cooking, like chicken or fish or whatever, to help like crisp up the exterior, just add a little bit of sugar, like brown sugar, just like a little bit. That'll help, make it golden. And like you don't really get like the sweet taste that lingers, but like that sugar really helps the exterior crisp. So just like when you're seasoning, just like add like, or even honey. You could throw in some honey, but that sweetness really helps the exterior gold.
Not sweetness.
Yeah.
Mine is invest in a back massager, because you know what I'm doing after this? Because that back massager not only massages your back, but you can also use it for your neck, your arm. You can,
back
position it however.
Companies, hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. Because my neck pain has been crazy because of winter time. I'm going to use that tonight.
Need that.
But anyway.
Thank you, shorties.
We love you guys so much.
Love you.
Make sure to follow us,
water,
listen,
hydrate.
Rate, review. Well, I'm saying rate, review, hydrate, water. All right. We love you guys so much.
We love you. Okay,
See you
bye.
next week.